What's going on, guys? Good evening. Happy Wednesday?
Yes.
Jeez, I don't even know what day it is. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us on this, I guess, last minute
Improv.
improv live
Live.
stream. Um, anyway, guys, uh, what a week. We had a good week.
Busy, but
We
it was
were
good.
busy, yeah. Let's wait on to make sure, let's make sure that, you know, we're live in YouTube, that we're live in Facebook,
They were live somewhere.
that we're live somewhere, that we're just not talking. Well, I talk to myself all the time, unfortunately.
It does.
Yeah, so let's see. I had a notification on YouTube now. Um, should be on Facebook too. So just making sure that people can see us, and yep, we're live in Facebook as well.
We are.
So anyway, guys, we've been having an outstanding week so far.
We are.
Well, we had an outstanding week. We are back to reality now
Sadly.
after an amazing. I was talking to somebody. It was like 8 days. Hey Ryan, how's it going?
And
So 8 days that we were away. Between not away, but between away from home, I
away
guess.
from home, yeah.
Between staying in property here in Universal Studios and going to California, 8 days.
It's a lot.
So you lose track of time, but at the same time, it's one of these things that, man, we were looking forward so bad that once we got there, it flew by
It flew by.
really quick.
That's the only bad thing about I think about vacations. Anytime you plan to go somewhere, you anticipate it so much that when it gets there, it flies by.
Um, Ryan is asking, how much did you catch up on sleep when you got home? Not much.
Still working on it.
I still. So we got back Saturday. Saturday we slept for a little bit. Then Sunday we didn't want to go out. We were feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
All of us. Kalel had practice, so
We kind of had practice on Saturday when we got back.
we kind of chill.
Yeah.
And then Monday we were both back at work, and then we're back at the grind. So it's like it's been hard for me to go to sleep on time. I got used to going to sleep late, uh, because of the Californian time, and now it's kind of
It's hard to
hard
wake
for
up.
me to go to sleep on time. Cecilia, how's
Cecilia.
it going? Celia, one of our YouTube members in the house. But anyway, guys, so you know, since we came back, something has been in my mind because a lot of people at work have been asking me, so how was it? I mean, what is the end result? What do you think? Halloween Horror Nights in here or HHN in California or Hollywood? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Now that we had the blessing once again, it's interesting because we're maybe able to compare both, even though we didn't in the videos. But once all that information sets in, and you're like,
Really think about it.
a lot of things that you start seeing there are different and similar. You're like, okay, now I think I'm ready to talk about it. So that's why we didn't want to do it like right away. So I think the best way to kind of like review uh, this over here will be kind of like let's go over the different houses that we have. Let's start, hey
Mary.
Mary, let's start with the IP houses that we share versus their original. I think that's basically the
Ryan wants to
easiest
break it
one.
down first, house by house.
So I'm going to start, I'm going to follow the same order, in the order that it appears in Halloween Horror Nights website for California. So A Quiet Place. Now, A Quiet Place, here in Orlando, we were able to do it at least 3 to 4 times, I guess. By the time that we did all the run during the weekend, so we got multiple runs. Um, a quiet place, um, definitely it is different.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me get your input. Which one you like the best, California or over here?
I like both, but I really enjoyed the California version.
Why
It
is
was
that?
it was a lot better. I think there was more scare actors. There was different scenes. There was a lot more of the monsters
Hmm.
that actually like kind of came out and did a little bit more than the one than the house here. The house here is it's good. I thought it was one of the top ones for us here in Orlando, but I think they did a little bit of a better job in California for it.
So the
I think it was more like it made you feel more part of the story.
one in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And the actor the I'm sorry the actors they were actually doing kind of like sign language and trying to interact with you with made you feel like you were there and you had to be quiet.
I think that's a huge difference because and you hit it on the nail on that one. I think the Quiet Place was the second house, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna give me commercial
It is, yeah.
what we thought.
It was.
Quiet Place was very interesting. Quiet Place had sign language from the get go.
Yeah.
It feel like they actually got their star actors. I don't know if they're trained or not. I don't know if they are actually people that know sign language or not. To be fair, you know. But from the get go, you actually encounter the
Animatronics. That's
uh,
what
I don't
I was
know,
trying to
but
figure
no,
out
you
the word
you
earlier.
encounter basically the sign language, and unfortunately, well, fortunately, in Hollywood they allow you to actually record, but over here they don't. So like, I hope you actually take our word for it. But again, from the get go over here,
Yeah.
you have this TV screen that is basically talking to you in sign language, right there, telling you the story, telling you what you could expect, and I think I shared that on the video, and that basically telling people you gotta stay quiet.
Yeah, stay quiet.
There's nothing in the line here in Orlando that says anything about staying quiet, that of what happened and none of that. And I think that's where I feel Orlando kind of misses the opportunity because I feel that they will have like TV screens or stuff like that on their way into the studios, especially because this was in a studio. They could actually take advantage of that. But from the get go, you're part of the story. It's immediately telling you, hey, you gotta be quiet or else the monsters are gonna come after you. They're gonna attack you and all that. Mary also said, I agree the quiet play I enjoy I felt more going through the
Yeah.
movie. I also feel even between the two houses Hollywood was more quiet. Yeah. Well not for individuals, just overall the North house film. Yes. So from the get go, look at this. It's telling us basically how to move, how to walk around, and of course this is the part of the scene um, where the old guy screams. So I feel that also in the sequence of scenes in this house, it follows a better order than the one in Orlando.
Yeah.
This scene is actually completely, I want to say like halfway or after halfway through the house. This scene of the old guy screaming. This scene is outstanding.
Yeah.
Now, you notice the puppet comes out. Now look at the facade of the house. And that's what I made a point to turn around and show you the light. We don't have that on Orlando either. We do have this, but the lighting and how they make the signal and all that. If we have it in Orlando, it's not as strong as it is over here
Or it wasn't as noticeable.
or as noticeable. Look at this scene over here where she's telling us, oh, in Orlando, even in this scene, at least the runs that we had, we never had this person speaking in sign language. And
And
then,
that she actually got in my face.
yeah, and this
On
is and this section over here too. this was kind of like crazy because being next to the animatronic, like so close to
Yeah.
it, it
You
was
wanted to be quiet.
insane. It made you feel like,
You
oh
had to
my
be
crap,
quiet.
I have to like stay quiet for you.
Hello,
Look,
Eddie.
hello Eddie, how are you? And we walk through here. We do have this in here in Orlando. But notice how the puppets tend to
Ours,
come
yes.
out.
Yeah.
And once again, the Daniels, the sign language. You gotta move. Notice again the
Stay quiet and
puppets.
keep moving.
Keep moving. Um, this one is insane. Look at that. While you hear the baby making noises and I think crying,
Crying, yeah.
and you also hear the water drip of that scene on the first movie. The fact that you're there and you're watching this thing, it makes you feel like, shoot, what should I do? What do I have to do to help the baby? Or
I just
oh,
wanted to pick up the
or
baby and go.
crap, I just gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta escape because it's gonna noise that I'm there. It's amazing. We don't have that scene like that in Orlando. Then you walk into it, and this is, I guess, the second movie. This is better than the one on Orlando. Notice once again how they just come out, more in your face approach. Um, that was outstanding to see too. Look, he's telling us to run and
And telling him to be quiet.
to be quiet. Again, part of the movie. Um, Ryan said animatronic look incredible.
They
Yes,
were
they did.
they were amazing.
Hunters Unite. Hey guys, hey,
Hello.
what's going on, man? Um, again, it was one after the other. Like every single scrap with the sign language made you feel part of that movie. I was impressed. And I think one of the things that I said is just like the production aspect are way better,
Yeah.
way better than ours. Um, don't get me wrong, ours still
Ours
a
is good.
solid house.
Yeah, ours was on the top.
I don't
So
want y'all to think that, oh, he's putting down
no, ours is good.
Orlando and shoot, I got a trip going on over there and now I'm
If
not
you're
gonna
coming into
like it.
Orlando, you do not want to miss the
Right.
Quiet Place
I'm not
because
saying that either. I'm
it's on the
saying
top.
yeah, I'm saying you know the we're going over the difference and similarity. If you haven't done so and you're in YouTube, make sure you smash that like button, guys. It helps us tremendously. Share this live stream if you can, so we can help other families, and also subscribe if you haven't done so. Um, Also consider becoming part of YouTube members because that helps us out um, with the extra expenses that we get when we do like videos like that and all that. I'm working on other perks, I promise. So hopefully I get around that. But anyway, Ghostbusters, Ghostbuster Frozen Empire, and I'm gonna let Karen talk first. Ours versus theirs, and why?
To be honest, the only thing I really remember from Ghostbusters from theirs, we went and unfortunately we went at the same time that there was a heat wave, so it was extremely hot, like all day long. It didn't matter what time of the day you were out. Obviously, when you were out during the sun, you felt the sun, but then at night it was still extremely hot. This was a house that since it was ice, we should have felt the coldness from going inside. It was so hot in there that you could never feel the heat. So to me, that took away a lot from that house in California. I think we did a better job in that whole freezing aspect here than that we did over there.
Yeah. Mary said, "Yeah, my friends told me it was my fault for
Yeah,
the heat wave."
like temperature is better, right? Like over there, better now. But I don't know that at this point, I don't know that that's gonna affect it either way because the house was hot. You would think that they would be blasting cold air in this section because it was a frozen scene. So you would think like in the past, at least here in the past when they did anything with anything freezing or anything cold, you could feel the coldness, you could feel the temperature change. That was a miss in their part in California, I think.
I thought so too. The lines over there seem to move more efficiently.
The
Everything,
lines over there always move very
yeah,
efficiently. Disney or Hollywood, there's the lines are a lot better than ours.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hunters Unite say it was super hot in that house on opening.
Oh
It
my! It was
was
I
crazy hot.
all the houses were so hot
By
that
the way, before we move forward, shout out to all the scare actors in
Yes.
Hollywood. Overall,
Overall, both.
here in Hollywood, but with that heat wave on opening weekend, good Lord, my heart goes to them.
Yeah.
And they just did such an amazing
Yeah.
job. Even though it was hot as heck, I never felt like my experience was taken away because the scare actors were not giving me 100%.
No, the house, like I say, the house overall took away from it, but the scare actors did an amazing job. Like they all did an amazing job,
Outstanding
even
job.
in all the houses.
Scare actors,
They're still in your face.
if anybody knows a scare actor in Hollywood, California, please share this video or share at least this clip where from the bottom of our heart we want to say thank you to them because
Yeah.
what they had to go
I don't know.
through,
I don't know that they were
brutal.
prepared for that heat for opening.
I don't think
Or-
nobody was.
right. So,
Nobody
but they
was. We did see a lot of people
passing out,
passing
kind
out.
of like
I mean, like I probably counted 5 or 6
yeah.
people in the lower lot alone where paramedics were
Well, it's
attending.
a lot of walking. If you're gonna do Halloween Horror Night, it's a lot of walking here. But if you go to California, it's a lot of walking. So I mean I still enjoyed it, but it did take away the fact that it wasn't cold in there because I kind of. But I think that cold scene over there, if the air would have been like it should have been, I think that would have beat ours because it had a little bit more scare actors, and I think it was more you felt them.
So this is a house basically that I have had my struggles with, and I don't want to say one is better than the other. I feel that the fact that both of them have different scenes
Help it out.
makes that even
Yeah.
better. So, like for people like us who are able to do Orlando and California, I feel like if you do both, you'll get
Not a repeat.
right, and you almost get like the best parts
The full
of
movie.
that movie.
The full movie.
Because that movie is kind of slow to begin with,
Yeah.
right? But the different interesting aspects of that movie, I think you get more of a better scope doing both than just doing only one, one stage. So this is basically when we're heading to Ghostbuster, and I'll tell you the different scenes that I see. That if I can remember correctly, are completely different.
The
Obviously,
beginning, the facade is different.
well, we don't have this. We don't have this ghost over here with on the backseat cab. We don't have Slimer over
Yeah, we don't have any
here.
of that.
Yeah, now this facade we do have it, but it's inside a studio, so that's why. And this thing is
Bigger over here in California.
similar, but yeah, I feel like the room is
The room's
larger.
bigger.
And the details of the newspapers are different. Now, you walk through this room here in Orlando, it's frozen.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel the air, and this is what Karen is 100% correct. You feel the air blasting, like blasting to the point that like you feel like you're freezing in there. Over here, it was
It's a
hot,
hot studio.
like hot. We don't have that fireman over there, for
If we
example.
do,
Yeah, if we
we
do,
missed
we
it.
haven't
Yeah.
seen it around. Remember, these are scenes that you have to do multiple houses. You have to do multiple runs to catch the scene. This we don't have,
No.
and I think then this stole the show.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps talking. I know in Twitter, everybody keeps posting about this. This was hilarious. This week. Um, this I don't remember seeing this in Orlando. Love
Yeah.
seeing this
That was cool.
again. The fact that it comes out, and then now that
We don't have that, so that
yeah,
was cool. Oh,
we do, but it's multiple pictures. And our lab is different. Our
yeah.
lab in Orlando is actually larger than theirs. So the our room in Orlando seems more like the movie.
Yeah.
Then there's theirs. They don't have
The
that
space.
space to do so to use it. Um, do it like ours. So ours is follows more the actual movie. Um, I'll get to the comments. Um, like I'm just gonna show the room again. This room, again, look as I'm leaving, how it comes up. So this room is a lot larger, and then we have multiple features where the the art become live here in Orlando. Now this was cool.
Yeah,
This was cool. So we have a similar scene like that one, but not as intense. Again, ours don't come out as much. And the dog in ours, depending on the run, sometimes it comes out a little bit, sometimes it doesn't. This was kind of cool to see. Like this scene in ours is different. So you see how the car comes out. So that was pretty good. Now this one is also similar to ours.
yeah, I like that scene.
This one is
Yeah,
outstanding.
that's what one
So
of my
now
favorite
let
scenes.
me before I go to this one, if you're going to Hollywood, you may miss this. So I will highly encourage you to slow down.
Yeah,
I don't care if people are kind of rushing you or slow down. Because unfortunately, this is the type of scene that you are gonna miss the best part if you go because of him. This is outstanding. Now we don't have this scene over here. One.
and that's a cool scene.
So notice how I legit stop to see that. So um, I kind of know by now where the things are going to come out, and as it is, I walk super slow to give it some time. And if I know there's something big like that is going to come out, I legit in Hollywood, I legit slow down to the point. Sometimes I stop. Over here I slow down, but over there I'll stop it here right now, really quick. Okay, so we're going now to Insidious the further here or over there.
I still don't know how I feel about the house. I think.
Okay, I'll answer that one for
Yeah,
you. Oh, let me go. Let me go over
yeah.
here. I'm sorry.
No,
Mary said, "Go ahead, read it."
I feel so bad for those actors in those tents when you go through a house that's about being ice and you see sweat pouring off the actors. It was too hot. It was extremely hot. A lot of walking, a lot of going up and down the lots. Keep in mind, it's a working studio with a theme park next to it. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And when you can feel the studio part, but it's a lot of walking and obviously a lot of hills because you're going down, and then when you're walking down to the lower studios, you have to come back up. So it's a lot of
Well,
hills.
what I feel is that people, and I may be wrong. So if you're from California, I don't mean this in an offensive way. What I gathered that day is that people from California are not used to have that heat as much as we're used to have ours. So, for example, they know that they get heat waves, and theirs may last a week, a few days, maybe a couple of weeks. We know Orlando is hot as heck
All year long.
months.
Yeah.
Like, even now with rain and all that, because it's been raining forever. I mean, we're still climbing in the 90s and the humidity and all
Yeah.
that. So for me to start feeling that I couldn't keep up with the heat, I had to. I think the hottest that we were was 106, no, 107 or
Yeah.
108, something like that. And I remember when I was walking to Universal from the hotel, going up the stairs on the bridge. That's the first time that I actually felt like crap. I feel like I'm back at home.
Yeah.
I cannot breathe.
Yeah.
That's when I felt like, it was suffocating. And, but I tell you something, even though that night was hot, I sweated less
Over there. Yeah.
over there than I sweat over
Yeah.
here in Orlando.
It was just hot.
So, um, I do feel that unfortunately for the locals, they're not so used to deal with that heat like versus us, or maybe somebody that comes from Vegas or somebody from Arizona, some state like that. It lasts longer. Um, to the point. Over here, you have to make long lines in the freestyle machine to get water. Over there, there's no line.
Yeah, no.
People people continue to drink alcohol and to drink sodas. They barely were drinking water. We were the only one, I feel.
Or they're so used to the heat that they don't.
No, because see, nobody gets used to no heat because over here again everybody drinks water, 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 and we did pay for the a souvenir cup. We bought a souvenir cup simply because we needed to have Powerade,
Yeah.
and we knew already coming from our weather, the combination of water and Powerade keeps us hydrated. Every time that one of us will go to refill that cup, you barely made any
Right.
lines. You barely made any lines.
Right.
Over here, good luck
Yeah.
because you're gonna be doing making long lines. So I feel that people may not be as used to the heat. Um, Cecilia is asking, "Did you guys go through as media?" No, we didn't. And in Hollywood, they allow you to record. Anybody can record.
Yeah, I don't know why we're different.
Yeah, I've been told that over here they have different contracts
Unions, I'm sure.
and
Yeah.
copyrights and stuff like that. So whether anybody, I mean, the amount of people that are not
You
content
like
creators,
anybody can go and just record
yeah,
the whole
people were
house.
posting stuff in TikTok and here and there, and from the content creator standpoint of view, um, it's valuable because we can share
Yeah.
this with you guys, and people love it.
Yeah.
People, and I mean, my friends over there, they love doing live stream because they could walk through the houses.
Yeah, our live streams here would be just scare zones.
And they
Yeah.
after it gets to the point kind of too repetitive,
For repetitive, yeah.
Like that's why we don't do too many live stream for HHN. We are gonna do more. As a matter of fact, we may do it on Friday. But what I mean as much is like I got friends over there that go once or twice a week because they could go through the houses. Remember, every time that you go through a
It's
house,
a
you
different
get
experience.
you get different runs. You notice more stuff and different things. So um, the fact that they don't let us over here is kind of stupid,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Ryan said, "Well, in
Yeah.
California, they're very prone to wildfire. Yes,
Yes,
they
they
are
are.
because of the dry heat, but also they get breeze. You
Dude,
know,
you can
you
feel the warmth coming out of the floor,
yeah,
out of the
and
street.
then the little bit of the breeze that they
It was
get,
hot.
you feel like that hitting you.
Yeah.
So, um,
It's like opening an oven, and when you get that
yeah,
draft.
because of the
Yeah.
dryness. Ours is just humidity. 108 was the highest. Um, it was very dry there, and you can get dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Even
can.
that, like I can go through Orlando and I don't get dehydrated as fast as Carlos and Kyla do, but over there I was feeling it. Like I was feeling it. So
So anyway,
that's a lot.
in seriously further, I'm gonna answer for Karen. I still, after thinking about it and watching this video over and over, watching it from my phone, I like ours 100% better. Ours feel terrifying. So it all depends how you take it. If
Kyla
you
loves the one in California though.
right, because Kyla loves it for the right reason.
Yeah.
In Cities the Further in California is the house that if you've never watched the movies, you're walking through the movie. They're preparing you from Insidious first all the way to the fifth movie. For me, that's a problem because I have watched the movies and now by now I already know what the further is. And if I'm in the further, basically what Orlando did, they trapped me in the further. So how the best way to describe it is you have Stranger Things, and one company, I mean one Universal decided to do it by the movies, one through whatever, and then the other Universal decided to trap you on the upside down
Yeah.
the whole entire time on the upside down. So, in my opinion, if I want something terrifying, if I want something creepy as hell, if I want something that is like will make you feel like scared and desperate, I want to be trapped in the further. I don't need to know at this point. Again, I watched the movie, every single detail. Now, as a fan of the movies or the franchise, I did appreciate walking through that. So
Yeah.
I'm very like happy that I was able to see both in that aspect, because once again I feel like I got the best of both worlds at this point. Um, for as a fan. But for ranking purposes, especially for the scary aspect, definitely the one in Orlando is way better. So a lot of Californian people have been saying, wait a second, people from Florida, they've been hyping the Insidious,
Yeah.
hyping and hyping and hyping it, and we did it, and it kind of fell flat for us. It was like, okay, it's a good house, but it's not as scary as what they
Yeah.
painted. Well, yeah, you're right,
Because we have a different one.
because
It's a completely different one.
we got the further. We in other words, we're trapping in hell from the
Yeah.
get go. It's not like that they'll build me up to like, oh, I had to go through the red door. I mean, our red door
It's at the beginning.
is at the beginning.
Yeah.
Our red door is actually
The way you go in.
the way to go in.
Yeah.
Exactly. You once you pass that red door, you're on the further. You're done. There's no more going back. So you're actually hearing the characters from the further,
Right.
not from the movie. And
Going into the further.
I'm being the dad, and you're
I
being
get
the
it.
kid.
Yeah.
So that's basically the difference. Kyla loved it. I liked it as a fan. Don't get me wrong.
It's still good.
I liked it as a fan. However, for ranking purposes, my opinion, ours is better, because it further, further, and demons try to ensnare you. The red-faced demon will lure you into his lair. He will unlock your fears. One of the houses did this, the
The other
one
one didn't.
didn't. Yeah, that's correct. So this one, basically, again, and I love the facade.
Yeah.
I love the facade. Hi, I'm Sheila. How are you? Hope you're
Sheila.
doing well. Um, I love the facade. So again, this is one of these things um, that we gotta go through the sequence from the different movies, and basically they're showing us the movie over here.
Yeah.
For me, again, the fact that they're showing me the painting of the kid, I love that. And the scene of the dad and the kid, love that aspect. And then the red demon, that was kind of expected. So that's another thing that I don't know why Hollywood changed it this year, where they had that material that it look
Yeah.
and you already see it, and you're like, okay, something is coming from there. Um, this part is actually creepier than ours.
Yeah.
That I will completely admit. And Cat was character again, it was super hot. Again, you're going through the movie. If you're a fan of the franchise, you will love this. You will love this. Um, but and that's basically the difference. I don't want to put down this one either, because again,
It's still a
it,
solid. It's still a solid house.
yeah, and when you rank, it's like when we rank over here. The only house that we still don't like, even though we've done it twice, I think, is the over here is the museum.
The museum one. That was
It's
pointless.
just like it's like stupid.
I think for that they should have not made that house and moved the actors into the other houses. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right.
staff the other houses better.
Now, when you rank 1 through 9, you're ranking 1 through 9 not for me this year. It's not because I don't like it. By the way, this scene we don't have it.
That's gross.
This scene is disgusting,
Yeah.
and the smell.
I'm glad we don't have it
They
because that's
actually did an outstanding job
it was
in this
disgusting.
in this part. Um, but when we rank, or at least that's how I feel. I know Karen speaking on behalf of Karen, but
Thank you.
the when you rank 1 through 9, there's nothing wrong with either you if you rank something at 5, 6, 7, or 8 or 9. They all are
I think
really
they're
good.
yeah.
They are good. They're solid houses.
Yeah.
It's just like our preference at that point. Um, same as this one for Hollywood. I feel like they came strong.
Yeah.
If I were to go to any HHN right now, Hollywood or California, obviously, if I go to this one over here, I will skip the museum.
Yeah.
This thing was creepy too. I said,
It was still a solid house.
this is the best
I
part.
just
This is the exit, and you go from room to room, and this was cool. I felt like they could have done a little bit better, but still cool. You know, Again, these are my afterthoughts after watching this. I think I watched this video like 4 or 5 times myself, just for
nostalgia.
nostalgia, and just because I want to like study that. But as you're walking out, look at you. You're dealing with all the monsters from the further. So that people scare, that boom, boom, boom is just like insane. But again, if we were to go to H&M here, we would definitely skip the
Museum.
museum.
If you don't have time for it, skip it.
But no, we're talking also as a family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're not gonna be heartbroken if people of terror has came in. We're probably gonna jump on it,
Right.
because we or
All the other ones, I
the
think.
goblins. We're gonna jump for it
We're gonna do.
because
I
we
think we're
like
gonna do all the other ones except the museum.
right. Once again, it's not it's by houses. It's just that you know stronger than the other. Miss Sheila said, "Doing okay. Been going through physical therapy for lymphedema, and the doctors put
Aw,
in. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hey, listen, if that's gonna help you, Miss Sheila, definitely, definitely, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes what the doctors make us do is not the best thing.
don't
We
worry,
get
what?
it, but sometimes we have to go through it in order to get better." Mary said, "I had to question how many people wanted to be
I'm
in
sure a
that
lot.
room alone." Yeah,
I'm sure a lot, and the fact that it was hot. I'm sure that they're not.
like I said, I probably will have. Yeah, the smell didn't
It
help.
wasn't. They could have taken that.
Now, this next part, honestly, like we've been discovering, um, us content creators is the universal kind of like yes in that app, because they basically tell you to use that QR code to submit your question, and they're probably use one or two questions, and everything else is scripted. And all that they do is just for them to figure out a way to just show this new season in people. So honestly,
You can
it's
skip
a
it.
waste of time. I wouldn't do
I
it.
was super disappointed
I
with
would
that.
skip it. I thought that it was gonna be like the old Chucky from the Scare Zone, that he was like roasting people left and
Roasting.
right, roasting people left and right, not that. Just a waste of
Yes.
time. I'm gonna go now to Eternal Bloodline. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm not gonna compare Bloomhouse because that's like a excursion to excursion. First one I'll probably tell me to what's this? That's
Texas.
Leatherface. Okay, Eternal Bloodline. First of all, let's start from here. When you go through Eternal Bloodline here in Orlando, we just have a banner that says Eternal Bloodline. We don't have no facade. It is the stupidest thing
Really?
in the world. Yeah, we just have a banner that says Eternal Bloodline.
Are you sure?
I am almost positive,
I'm sure
hundred
you're not.
percent positive. Now, that what make these studios, I mean, these also extra special is that it is on the studios where all the original monsters were filmed. So that was like, I mean, again, a person, if you're like me who geeks out on stuff like that, kind of like when we go to Disneyland and the Walt has been there and all that and walk through that. I, we get excited
Right.
when we go to Disneyland because of Walt being in there, right? The fact that this is where all the original monsters have been recorded, it is insane. It is insane.
Just has a different feel.
So when you walk through, the, you're already seeing the facade in here. We don't have a facade here in Orlando at all, which is like completely stupid in my opinion. Now you're meeting uh, Van Helsing's daughter from the get go. So, oh, before I move forward, Karen, this house better over here or over there?
I think that one was better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one is definitely better. Now, there's a lot of people saying, well, there's a lot of black walls. When people refer about black walls, it means there are dead
Empty.
spaces,
Yeah.
and there's black walls over there, and people criticize that they don't like it. I enjoy it because one thing the Hollywood does better than Orlando, they prepare you for the next scene. So as you walk into this room, there's
Yeah.
a narrator telling you what's coming up.
Yeah.
The details in this house, as it is, when we did ours over here, I said this house is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the details in this house and the stairs, it is so for me, this house definitely is in the top three over there. You know, and the amount of scare
Yeah, I think
actors that you get to
there's a
see.
way more scare actors in this one than we have over here. There's like more scenes where you can have more actors.
You know, it's kind of hard
Yeah.
when you're recording and you're trying to
To see
catch
it.
everything, every aspect. You know, and I'm, you know, we're competing like everybody else to post a video as soon as we can. I have always dreamt to like, if I could, to have like a double camera. So I told Karen, hey, I focus on the left side, you focus on the right
Yeah.
side, and then I'm mix them both, you know, to get double shots rather than me spinning around. It is what it is. Um, Again, you go back to the details of this house. You
It's a
don't know
beautiful
if you
house.
don't know the story. Van Helsing's daughter is looking for revenge. He's after killing the bride of Frankenstein. Now you notice she already killed a bunch of vampires. So the reason Dracula's daughter is, you know, pretty upset. So um, what's her face? The bride ends up recruiting Dracula's daughter and Anaxana
And the shoe.
and the She-Wolf. She's pretty outstanding too. Um, and just the amount of detail in that part, guys,
Yeah, that was
that over there is insane. Over here, they just show you there's somebody with
holding the head.
holding the head. But
We
just
don't have
to
that
have
scene.
that scene and then the aftermath, because once you see that head, then you end with the house over there, and you got this extra scene where the bride is looking at the body, and then she basically pushing Dracula's daughter away, and then surprise, surprise, you think that you're done, and then you get a little bit of She-Wolf and Frankie stuff, you know, too. It's just like freaking unbelievable.
Kind of
And
weird they would have Frankie.
Anaxana looking out into you can see the excitement in my face. It's like insane. Um, Mary said for taking the comedian on the way to
Yeah, she was
like that.
hilarious.
But see, the problem is, Mary, that she hyped it up and she made us think that
It was gonna be the
yeah,
same.
it's gonna be a super, like it's gonna be insane. And when you go over there, you're like, no, they fell short. Jeremy said next year you're packing me. I will try, Jeremy. Goblin and Feast got the facade for some reason, but not Universal Monster. Yeah, that was just the stupidest thing. Um, Ryan said, yeah, that's amazing for that being studios insane. You probably felt the spirit. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it was like so crazy.
It's cool to have him in there. In the studio.
So, um, let me see what's the next one. Okay, so other than that is basically their original. Now we're gonna start with the weekend. I gotta go back because we did the weekend before this. No, Leatherface.
But the weekend was on the top level, no?
No,
Oh,
in the lower level.
I don't even remember. It was so hot.
So yeah, the weekend is where Stranger Things was last year, right next to behind
Mario.
passing Super Nintendo World. All right, so the weekend. Here's what I think about the weekend. Really, we do like the original house
I love it.
that they built 2 years ago. I love it. Now I will not lie to you. This facade is insane.
It's not.
This is pretty cool. And one thing I actually found out, and we noticed that this character obviously changes,
Yeah.
but the characters that are over there, the scare actors that are over there, happens to be real DJ.
Oh, are they? That's
So
what I thought.
this is an actual DJ booth
Nice.
for real.
That's cool.
And every time they change, they get to put whatever space that they want as long as the weekend. So
That's pretty
it's
cool.
an actual DJ. So when you walk in there, the vibe is kind of cool. So if you don't understand the weekend's videos and story, you're gonna be lost like everywhere. You know, this is a house that we did twice. The
We
reason
had to do it
we
twice.
did the reason why we did it twice is because the first time they stop us on the line for over 5 minutes. We miss a lot of things and a lot of the spare actors because we did a change over and then we miss a lot. So we did this. What I'm showing you right now is the second one. So I learned from Danny actually watching Amanda the other day is that this how is about how they actually basically are kind of like plotting the actual the weekend into different pieces, put his videos until they actually putting together and making us a monster.
Yeah.
That's what the house is about. But as you can see, typical weekend, it is creepy as
Yeah.
heck. Um, the visuals are like beyond. Not a bad house. I mean, not a bad house. It's not.
It's just weird.
It's weird
Yeah.
out there, and the fact that they weren't playing music inside the house. There's some rooms that were just like basically horror background sound. Made it kind of like for us, we were expecting the different music like they did in that first one. Perhaps they didn't have enough rights to do so or whatever, but that is insane.
Well, I was trying to tell on. We think there's somebody missing from there.
There is somebody missing.
Because there should be somebody
Yeah,
like.
there is somebody
Yeah.
missing. So again, they're just plotting for saying the weekend and other people into pieces.
Now we're waiting
That
seeing the
part
first
is
one.
insane because as he's doing that, you're getting splashed.
Oh yeah. Getting blood everywhere.
Yeah, supposedly. But it's insane, and that person, a lot of people miss that
Yeah.
person up there.
I think she wasn't there in the first one.
Weird, out
It's
there,
out there, yeah.
creepy, all the above. You're literally walking through dots in there.
Yeah, that was gross.
The smell factor also in that room, like not so much as the vomiting, but it was a different smell that it was insane. That part was also crazy because
You also get wet.
as yeah, as she's doing that, you're getting wet, and then this room was crazy. Because I remember this, not this room, but it was similar to something like that in the previous house. you know, but it's kind of cool. We're looking at all those mirrors, and you're like, I don't know what is gonna
Something's
come
gonna
out.
pop up.
And there's the aftermath. You get a monster made out of the weekend parts.
It's just weird.
You see right there?
It's a warehouse. But the first one, the original, is still better.
Yeah, it's just out there. It's one of these houses. You see, they put kind of like a big monster with different weekend parts together. That's basically what it's about. Very, very like creepy out there. Again, we cannot go wrong with that house. I feel that house is,
If you get a good run.
if you get a good
Yeah.
run, then you're all
If you don't
set.
get a
You have
if
nothing to
if
worry
you get a
about.
bad run like we did on the first one, it's a bad house. It's not even scenic. Like the facades and everything are not. I don't think are the strongest to be for you to be able to do the run without that many characters.
Mary said the eyeball room would have gotten me. They hadn't had a custom change right in front of
Yeah.
us on the first one. Yeah, because we discovered
Yeah.
where they were. Sheila said his music video are the same way.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
out there.
basically these houses are made out of his music video. So, uh, Jose, how are you? How's it going?
Hola.
Um, you came to us a lot of 2 years ago when we announced the weekend. People are like, "What the heck? The
How they gonna
weekend?
do that?
How are they gonna do the weekend?" People just know the songs, the popular songs, and all that, but people don't know the videos. And it's just out there. Weekend is out there. Um, Apology, hola familia, what's
Hello.
going on? Cecilia, thank you so much for
Thank
the super
you.
chat. Karen's Coffee Club contribution.
Woo! Thank you.
I got used to Dubai. Um, get Starbucks daily, once or twice a day during the trip. Then I thought,
We're in withdrawal.
right up, but then no, then I told myself, you know what? I could use the break. You know, it's either I could use the break or I need to change a flavor because I kind of like I'm not craving it anymore,
Yeah.
right? And that hit me basically on Sunday. Monday, I'm like, I'm okay. Tuesday, I was like, I still okay. Today, I
We're
found myself,
Starbucks.
I found myself going through the
To that.
app to see what kind of special I can find, so I could tell you, hey, I want. That's what I do to Karen when I want to convince her to get Starbucks. You know, I'm like, hey, can I buy you coffee? Can I order for us or something like that? But then there wasn't anything good. So then I started looking at the different, the new ones, right,
Yeah.
from for the fall, and not. Although we like the Apple one and all that, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm not craving it bad enough yet. But I think by tomorrow,
You'll crave it.
it's gonna hit me hard. So thank you so much,
Thank you,
Cecilia, for the
Cecilia.
super chat. You are awesome. Thank you so much for all the help and support. Same with you, Miss Sheila, with being a YouTube member. You guys help us tremendously. I don't do creepy horror that run across his videos scrolling through the internet. It's weird. It
Yeah.
is weird. It is
They're
weird.
weird.
Well, what is weird is, Miss Sheila, that it wasn't until I decided to do some research 2 years ago why the weekend is coming to Universal Studios. That's when I realized, whoa,
That guy's out there.
that the videos is like a different type of production. I didn't know, because you hear all the cool songs that he has, blinded by the lights and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, that song is kind of cool, right? One of the many cool ones. And then I decided to do the research and I started watching videos. I was like,
It's creepy.
wow, I can see why Universal did it. Mary said, "Hey, you miss your room service coffee delivery person."
Especially.
I do too.
Yeah.
So Mary got me maybe not, maybe you too, but got us spoiled
Yeah. Oh
because,
yeah. Very
um,
spoiled.
making a long story short, when we were in Anaheim, aka Disneyland.
Hold on, Cecilia. Have a good night. Thank you
Oh,
so much for
Cecilia,
everything.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, so when we were in Disneyland, normally we will take a break from the parks. Plus, the kids needed to do homework. I may start like editing, and then I'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna rest or take a nap or whatever." Um, that's one example. Or we'll say, "Okay, we're gonna wake up early, but the kids have to run." Remember, the kids still in training. They're still competing. If you didn't know that, well, both of them are doing cross country this year, so they have
They
to
have to
train. So
train.
they have to go out
And
of the hotel
unfortunately,
and run around.
because in the previous years, Kyla has just gone to the gym and ran in the treadmill. And after the cruise, we realized that Kyla cannot run in the treadmill anymore. It messes with her hip too much. She has to run on land pretty much. So she had to go out and run. And thankfully, Kyla was also in the cross country team now, so they could both go out running together.
Yeah, Ryan, I get to you in a second. Um, Miss Sheila,
Miss
thank you so
Sheila, thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So anyway, Kyle and Kella will wake up super early.
Yeah.
With Karen, of course. Karen will wake him up. I will stay sleeping because I will do the long night editing and all that. Um, they will run in the morning or in the afternoon. They will do homework. I will maybe nap or rest or whatever. Well, thankfully, we have the greatest friend in the world. One of them, Mary, and Mary, um,
Wakes up before everybody else.
for whatever reason, she has a problem settling down. You know, um, she's on the go, 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 go. So, I mean, it was Mary's first time too. So she was more in the let me discover
Let me
things,
explore, yeah.
let me explore things. So she had her list of things that she wanted to accomplish, and she also was like, "Hey, I haven't discovered or explored this area." So in the morning, it was nice to have a text from Mary to saying, "Hey, I'm in Starbucks. I'm grabbing coffee for you guys." Or in the afternoon, Mary will be like, "Hey, I'm heading to Starbucks.
Put your order in.
Put your order in so I could pick it up and deliver
Yeah.
it to you."
That was
So,
amazing. So thank you, Mary.
so I appreciate you, Mary. Um,
Yes.
did we hear about Adam the Wood doing this? Yes. So not only the Adam, but also Tim. Tim was in the same hotel as we were. Again, these are things that go behind the camera. We don't put it. We don't. I think I posted a picture of Tim because I said, "Hey, man, every time that we see each other, we don't even post pictures or anything." And he's like, "Yeah, we haven't done that. Let's do it. Let's take a picture." So he asked me to post it too. And he reposted it in Instagram. So Tim was staying in the same resort. I last Wednesday, the family stayed in the park until it closed. I went early to the hotel. I had the opportunity to sit down over there, and that was when Tim just came back from recording a video with Adam in Disneyland, and he sat down in the lobby of the hotel with me, had a cool conversation. We already had seen Tim in Oogie Boogie Bash. The same night we had seen Tim the same Wednesday morning, which that's when we actually recorded the character breakfast video. So Tim was there earlier than us, so we saw him as he was exiting. So we did chat with him. I didn't get to see Adam until
Halloween Hornet.
Halloween Hornet, but we knew that was gonna happen. Adam knew since we were together here for
Halloween Hornet.
no for Princess Tiana opening.
Oh yeah,
He actually went into uh, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I just recorded about how the day went and the merchandise and all that because I already did it with the employee preview. So Adam knew my schedule. I knew his. Team knew Adam's schedule. Team knew ours because we hang out that day. With Jay Tampa Jay. So we kind of knew it. We kept in touch. So Adam already knew that we were gonna see each other at Halloween Horror Night. So obviously, the minute that he stepped in HHN, we happened to be in the entrance, and then we met up with him, chatted with him. We both were together looking at merchandise. We talk about the race. Both Tim and Adam, rightfully so, were
Yeah.
very nervous about that half marathon. And I try my best to encourage them and all that. Team did the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon. So
Crazy.
did my best to encourage Team and tell Team, you got this, brother. We've been there, done that, so I could feel his pain. Um, Adam was extremely nervous, and you could tell once you watch the video, you can tell he was, and what he was feeling. I told him all of that is normal. They both were going through the normal anxiety that we all go through.
Yeah.
That what the heck was I thinking about? Why am I doing this to myself?
And now I gotta do
I
it because I
shouldn't
already
not
paid
do
for
it.
it.
I already paid for it. I committed. Blah blah blah. So you know, we had plenty of conversations about that. The day that he did it, we exchanged messages, and the day after he posted the video and watched it, I exchanged messages with Adam, as he was in the airport to go to Philadelphia. So again, we at least we keep really good connection with other content creators. We just don't put it out there,
Yeah.
you know, for our own their privacy, our privacy, and we don't talk just videos. We just
Yeah.
talk live and all that. Um, what the biggest thing about diets when they're in training? So for what Tim told me that he did, he was doing some running training, um, and then he decreased a little bit on the amount of food that he was eating. He said that he was eating a little bit cleaner and eliminating some sweets. Adam, basically, he went into a combination of fasting and not basically eating any sweets, and that worked out for him. And I mean, it's not the first time that he does it, and he's been doing it. And he also worked out at home. And when he's traveling, he makes sure that he maintain his steps and all that. Adam
Uh,
already knew.
Ryan and Kyla and Khalil.
Oh, Kyle and
It's
Kala.
really good.
Uh,
Actually, Kyla has been cleaning fairly well, pretty clean. She still eats a lot, and she doesn't deprive herself of anything. If she wants something, she'll eat it. But she kind of eliminated the sodas, the candy, and stuff like that to an extent. Khalil doesn't. Khalil eats and drinks everything that he wants. Like he doesn't.
he don't care.
He don't care. He pretty much says, "Hey, I'm working out. I'm doing cross country." They're both doing cross country, basketball, and track kind of at the same time. So they do enough exercises where they really don't necessarily have to diet. I think Kyla now, since she's a junior, she's trying to
Clean it up.
clean it up a little bit, just because she's in the process of trying to get faster, and get leaner at the same time, but mostly to get faster. So she really cut down on the sodas. Before, she would eat, especially on vacation, she'll drink a soda or two a day. She barely drank soda the
Really?
whole time. Like, she drank water. She just made sure that she drank enough water, and then she made sure she ate carbs and enough carbs to keep her being able to run every morning and do everything else.
Thank you, Miss Sheila. I love you too. Thank you for joining
Have a
us.
good night, Miss Sheila. So they're not necessarily going crazy on a diet. Kyla's just now starting to clean it up a little bit
Yeah,
and
but
making better choices on what she
even
eats.
though I thought that he was talking about Adam and Tim, you could see the same pattern. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to get faster and all that, or leaner, notice
You
that
gotta cut the crap out, pretty
you
much.
gotta cut
Yeah, yeah.
the food.
All that,
So
all the sugar and stuff like that.
notice Kyla's cutting sugar.
Yeah.
Kyla's trying to eat healthier. Tim is doing the same thing, and then Adam found fasting and eliminating
Sweets.
sweets.
The
So
sugar. The sugar is what
they
really kills you.
it's whatever everybody feels that it works for them. Nobody, I mean, none of us are like nutritionists or none of that. But Kyla also kind of starting to know her body, so she kind of knows. Okay,
And
my
she,
body needs certain fuel.
uh,
Um,
she doesn't want to, and she's to the point where she doesn't want to put too much junk because she's in season. So, and she, thankfully, she's one of the fastest girl in her school, so she wants to maintain that. And with her goal into going to college, she knows that she needs to get faster every year, kind of pretty much. So she
Yep.
needs to work on that.
She
So,
needs to step
but
it
we
up.
don't like we don't tell them that they can't eat. We really don't tell them you can't eat this, you can't eat that. She doesn't eat salads, so it's not like she's like eating salads every time. She eats her carbs. She eats what she wants, but she just limits
She
the
had
sweets.
she had learned the moderation.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't tell her,
No.
but like in the case of Kala, when he's going crazy through a DCA and Oogie Boogie Bash, eating candy, candy,
We told them
candy,
at some point you gotta stop, bro.
you bet the bottom dollar. We're like,
Yeah.
you caught it out now.
Yeah.
So
And even in Oogie Boogie, the candy that was given, they actually gave one of her favorite bars that are
healthy.
healthy bars. So she literally ate like five of those. So she still ate, but she just didn't eat the chocolate. She ate the healthier bar.
Mary says, I tell people if you can't read the ingredient label, probably shouldn't be in your body. That's true. It seems Kyla is very disciplined that you don't have to
Yeah.
tell her. She is when she wants
Oh
to.
yeah.
Um,
She's very stubborn too.
because she's goal driven.
Yeah.
She reminds me a little bit of myself when I used to be like super active or in the gym.
Yeah.
And I remember Karen would tell me, I don't know, you have the discipline.
Yeah. No, it's
Like
crazy.
your discipline is insane. Like, in my 20s, I could go to sleep at 3 in the morning and we will have something to do on a Saturday and I will tell Karen, I don't care. I'm waking up at say 6 in the morning, 6:30, and I'm going to the gym. Well, and Karen will be like, well, remember, we have to work on this. Yeah, we're not doing anything until I go to the gym. And I used to go to the gym 2 to 3 hours. I mean, and get lost in my world. So Kyla reminds me of that aspect of me where she wants to be like very driven. Kalel is like Karen. You have to push him to do it.
Yeah. We like it. We enjoy it, but you gotta push us to do it. I
But
mean, Carlos doesn't like running, but once he's running, right? And when he comes back, he's fine. Like he's not
now
big deal.
Kyla, when she wants to, she'll do the research and she'll be like, you know what? Maybe I should try that again. Something from me. When I want to find out something, I do research and then I stick with it. That's what she does. So
She's very
she could
disciplined.
be very disciplined.
She like we did a lot of walking. I don't think you should wake up early and run. She's like, no, I'm waking up. And I would put the alarm and she would wake up.
Yep.
And she would come back and she would do her stretches. She would do her ab workouts. So she's extremely disciplined.
No, Mary, that's not gonna happen.
No, I'm not doing the marathon or the half marathon with you,
That's not
Mary.
gonna happen.
No,
Trust
no,
me.
no.
She's
Now,
she's past that.
if you tell me, hey, on Saturday, can we go do like a little workout? I'll be like, I guess, but you're gonna have to,
Yeah,
you have to come get me.
Karen is
Like,
past that already.
yeah, no, we're not doing it. We're not running.
I think the reason why Karen has been doing in the last, I want to say like that, and not, I mean, not that I want to disrespect her or anything,
Yeah,
but maybe in the last 5 to 7 years, the only reason why Karen has done 5Ks or 10Ks is because I'm like, we're doing it.
it's because he signs me up for it.
We're doing it. And she's like, but I don't want to do it.
I tell him I don't want to do it. I say, why don't you buy it for you, and then I'll meet you there and I'll show you.
And
And he's like, yeah, okay.
in the last 2 to 3 years, the only way I've been able to convince her is like, hey, we need it for the content.
Like, okay.
Don't do it for you. We need
Or
it
the
for
past
the
one, like the recent one, we've been able to do it with the kids. Or at least start the race with the kids, and then obviously they beat us by like half an hour. But but other than that, like I'm over the races.
Yep. So yeah, that's Karen. Me, you may be able to convince now to do at least a 5K.
Mary, no,
But
no, well, I'm not doing the race.
anyway,
Good try, good try.
original house Karen for me, Leatherface.
That was Carlos' favorite.
Other than Eternal Bloodline, Leatherface by far one of the best ones
Yeah.
ever. You know, this is the 50th year anniversary. So what Universal did, they actually show every single Leatherface that have ever been produced, and this was outstanding. And again, how they did the visuals, how they did the smell, how they did the scare factor, how they actually played through the movies, it was unbelievable. For me, one of the best Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw houses ever. done. Right there, when they actually pull the shovel, they spray
Yeah.
water on you, backlash, blood. Um, you going through all these is insane. Ryan, if you have not watched Adam the Woods video on how on HHN, do so, because he's a fanatic of Leatherface, and he knows the franchise so well that it's unbelievable to see him describing every
Yeah.
single room as he walked through it.
You can tell that was his favorite.
Yeah. Well, he told us
Yeah.
you were live streaming when he
Yeah. No,
told me.
I overheard him, but you could tell.
'Cause we were going to the lower lot as he was going to the upper lot, and I'm like, hey, he said, what do you think so far? I said, well, so far I like a quiet place, and I'm like, how about you? He said, Leatherface number one by far. I said, okay, good. He said you're gonna love it because we earlier we spoke about it. It was insane. This house, I wish we would have it. This is
Yeah.
probably one of those houses that they have right now. And
You should
I'm
have done
like,
that one instead of the museum one.
I'm like, dude, I wish we would have it. I freaking love this house. Mary said there were a few growth factors in different houses in Hollywood that wow grows. I enjoy
Yeah.
putting you in the middle of the scene.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
I love that scene. Like what? Then he comes to you.
So creepy.
It's just insane, man. Like you literally in the movie. You're in the movie. Right there, it shows you how hot it was. But again, I'm not sweating as hot as I was in LA.
Nobody's like dripping. I mean, you're dripping, but the
Well,
kids
I'm
aren't
always
dripping.
dripping because
But the
but
kids weren't even dripping. But it was hot.
oh my shirt was sweaty but not dry.
Yeah. Like
Like
over here.
like over here. So uh, we spoke about the weekend, Texas Chainsaw, Monsters 2, very nice
Yeah.
house. We like the original um
Better.
better, the
But
one
it
that
was
they
still a
had
solid
last
house.
year. Still a really good house,
Yeah.
by the way. We um we do like Monstros, the first one, in
Right.
100%.
It's still a solid house though.
Net exposure.
Yeah.
If people in California are going crazy about this house, I could care less about that
Yeah.
house.
That's like the museum.
I did not like it. I mean, this is we had this house back in 2008, and they changed different aspects of it. And it's just too predictable.
I
Um,
think anytime they do anything with zombies nowadays, they ruin it.
yeah, I
Like they
just
don't know what to do with zombie houses at this point or zombie zones. Because even our zone for the zombies is still not as strong. I don't think. Uh, that's like the museum. That one you can skip. And again, I think eating
very
enough.
similar. I was bored, and
Do you have
you're
enough stereotypes in
again,
it?
you know that there is experiment going wrong. People zombified.
Yeah,
You're like it's just too
it's too repetitive.
too
Like
repetitive. As you're walking through, you see the van, and then you start seeing the scenes in the lab, which don't get me wrong, some of those scenes are pretty cool. Um, especially in the experiment
yeah,
aspect
with the animals,
with the animal, that was kind of cool.
kind of freaky.
That part was freaky.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel bad for the animals.
the gorilla stole the show too, but a lot of people in California are putting this house like in the top three. I don't
I,
think it's in the top three.
I
I
think it's
think
the
it's
last one.
I think it's like way too predictable. You know, you
Yeah,
don't even have to have an experiment going wrong or something going wrong. All you have to have is like a Planet of the Apes kind of movie where gorilla get pissed off and they just go crazy, or like if you are in a zoo and a lion escape, what can happen? So for people to say, "Oh, that gorilla," I mean, to each their own. I was like, okay, in there's on that, seen it. You know, I feel like up to a certain degree. I'm literally walking through a spirit Halloween store.
Yeah, true.
Legit walking like that reflection. I'm walking through spirit Halloween store. Now, yeah, some of these costumes, some of they look cool, they look creepy as heck. So this section, yeah, I give it to them. But there are other things that are like, yeah, okay, I go to Spirit and I see it. You know, I personally don't think it's as good as what maybe Californians have not had a house like this before, and it's a big deal for them. But I'm like, I don't know. I think they could have done better.
Yeah, for sure.
And for what I remember, our original house was a lot better. More scare. They were having more scare actors. Not so many kind of like puppets or I mean
Mannequins or
mannequins. I'm sorry, that were attacking you from every single corner. Back then in 2008, they will follow you to make you move faster.
yeah, no,
So again, not crazy about that. Now the other thing I want to talk about, I'm gonna go back now.
go back.
I have to go back because we do have what I believe it could have been one of the best scare zones in the history of HHN. Not the best, but one of the best. That was the Moon House. But because they lost the contract and they decided to put it and literally shove it on Hollywood Boulevard in San Francisco. I'm sorry. Um, the space is limited. But when you do this on the Terror Tram,
That was amazing.
this is beyond insane. I mean, yes, when it's overwhelming when you're getting down with all the amount of people. Again, if you are a local and or you're planning to visit, just walk slow, let everybody pass you, and look at the amount of scenes I'm able to get by just slowing down. Nobody gets on my shot. I'm almost by myself. This was by far an amazing section, you know, for the exception of my own family that walks in my shot,
We
after
were
5
there
years.
already, and you decided to move the camera. I had the live.
You had
I
live
was
stream.
more important.
And Kyla was recording on my phone. I think it was
I think Hello was.
about that. Shout out to scare actors again. Look at how she talks and then she looks at me. I mean, they do
That was
such an
I like
amazing
Mary.
job.
Mary said that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part of the whole of Halloween Horror Nights over there.
But look at you. You're wearing your shirt
I'm
too.
wearing my shirt. I'm wearing my shirt. That was my favorite part. And I think, to my opinion, from the 3 years that we've gone, that is the best. That is my favorite Terror Tram.
I agree.
Last year's Terror Tram I thought was crap. Um, the previous year wasn't. It was good because it was the other. It was
Awesome.
us
And
and
Jupiter Queen.
Jupiter's Flame. That was cool and I liked it, but I really enjoyed this one.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah. Last year, that to me, anything that deals with bugs and stuff like that, you lost my interest.
You want to know how much I enjoyed this? So remember, I said that Sunday I was just chilling, right? Because I wasn't feeling well. We were not all of us feeling well, and we were tired and all that. I decided to start watching Blumhouse movies.
Yeah.
So I actually watched Happy Death Day, the first and second part, and then we also Saturday night to Sunday I couldn't fall asleep, and I was watching Freaky. I watched it by myself. Almost watched the Black Phone until we realized that we had to pay. I was like, 'cause I was still in a scary movie mode. But that's what we did on Sunday. Ended up watching. That was creepy too. Um, what is it that we ended up watching?
Uh, the Conjuring
The Conjuring on Sunday with the kids at Sunday night.
and Monday night.
On Monday night we watched the second one. The kids have seen the first one already. but we watched it again together as a family. That was pretty cool. Seeing the Hollywood sign with blood all over with the different characters from Blumhouse.
Yeah, that was cool. I really enjoyed. That was my favorite part. So if you're going to Hollywood, make sure you do the character. Don't miss it.
Yep. Now, obviously, that you could take picture on that. This is the perch compared to ours. What we have. They done it on Boulevard.
You could have done stuff like this.
Yeah, where Hollywood Boulevard where we have Union Screen. They done it over there. We could have something similar to this.
Yeah.
Obviously not as big because obviously we don't have the space, but we could have had more characters. They could have been more spread out, and I think that they screwed it up. Telling us to go keep going. So anyway, one thing I also want to mention a difference between Hollywood and over there.
And over here.
Over here, I'm sorry. Scare zones. Their scare zones are fun. Our scare zones are a lot better. So it's like we have the space and we also have the money
The
for
production.
the production.
Over there is just
It's small and they're very limited at what they do.
yeah.
Our scare zones by far are the best scare zones. I mean, we've been saying it now for what 3 years
But
now
yeah.
since we've been going. We've been saying it. Our scare zone every single year. Notice how they get on Khalil's face.
He was loving it.
Scare actors in Hollywood do not back off from kids
Or cameras.
or camera. They love it. Over here, they love the camera, but they cannot give the space to the kids. You know. But notice that the scare act, the scare zones, very different.
Yeah. Their
You know,
stairs are not good.
and for scare zone, you have to do. Um, I think towards the end, I show. Well, we watched the first show, which is the same as last year, which is cool.
It's a good show. I don't know that it's a show that you watch every year if they don't change it. Uh,
That destroy airplane was cool. Yeah, it is cool
yeah, that's from the normal
from the normal set.
side. Yeah.
Um, so that's the luchadores
That's horrible.
monstros.
That's horrible.
So this is like a fun person. These are luchadores. They have masks. Some of them with the original monsters, and some other like, regular people from wrestling. Luchadores, right? So it is fun person. It is not a scary person, and that's the reason why I say that ours is a lot better. Even when you look at the beginning of the video,
Well, even
uh,
when you go to the crow section,
yeah, in the crow session,
the crow section was weak, super weak.
I know I showed that earlier, but yeah, we didn't show monster, but right after monster, we actually after this, right? So this basically is one of the scares, so you're gonna see some of the scare actor. Yeah, I get it. It's still not pitch black, but you're gonna see basically the level of production is not the same as ours. I mean, we got more space to work with, and apparently we have the money to work with.
I think they put all their money into the houses.
Which, as you can see, in our opinion, they do a better job
Yeah.
than what we do over here.
Although I think this year it was like 50-50. I
Yeah,
think this year they did. I think both parks did a really good job on their houses.
they did. I feel like once again, going to both events is they complement each other.
Yeah,
It's like it wasn't
it's like a
like
continuation of Halloween Horror Night.
right. It was like for a horror fan, it's like a must do, because you get the best of two worlds. And for for in prior years, definitely their houses were a lot better,
Hands down, yeah.
hands down, than ours.
I think this year they did better.
Uh,
I think this year we did better, yeah.
so opinion, would you prefer keep money in the houses or put some of the funds from the house to have decent scare zones in Hollywood? No, I think they're doing. I think they're doing it well. They're invest. Sorry, they're investing the money in their houses
I,
because they don't have the space like we do.
no, but then again, I would say if they're gonna do it, is which I guess California people love that the zombie one. But if they're gonna do something like that, don't do that and pull the money either into your scare zone or into the other houses. Just like our museum one is pretty, but it doesn't really do anything. So instead of doing that, don't waste the money on all that production when you can use that money and use it toward the other houses or into the scare zones.
Right.
So
Yeah. But
hire more people.
they don't have that space
They
either.
don't have the space for
Yeah,
the
we
scare
do.
zone.
We
Although
do.
last time, I think last time they did a little better job with the scare zone that they had them like almost in the bathroom where you were coming out of the bath, and then the scare actors were coming from everywhere.
Yeah,
I think that was like the best scare zone that I've seen.
but remember that area changed because of the construction of the roller coaster,
Yeah,
and that's the reason why they had the crows kind of like in the middle.
yeah, the crows.
But the crow has become like an icon, to the point that they give him his own shirt this
Right.
year. So
Well, the crow over there, it's like our boo, our little boo.
correct. So obviously compared to our houses, for me the zombie one is in the same
Equivalent. Yeah.
category of
The
DC.
last one. If you don't have time, skip that one. Everything else, I think it's a must. We haven't done the show yet, but we've done the show in the previous year. I know it's a little different this year, so maybe we'll see it before the end of the season. But like the show over there, The Purge. If you saw it last year, there's no need. Like if you need to cut, then cut the show because it's exactly the same show. Like they didn't change anything in that show.
They had a couple more scenes, more bloody scenes, but
They added more bloody to the, but the scenes were the same.
yeah. So
They went more gory in some of the scenes, but the scenes are still the same. Unless
but
you just want to, you need a break and you want to sit down.
yeah, I mean overall,
It's a good show.
I have a blast. See, if I have the means and could do it every year, my plan will continue to do both opening weekends. Do the same thing, travel coast to coast. I love them both. I feel that it's needed. You get the best of two worlds, in my opinion, because Hollywood does such an amazing job that I feel like
Plus, we like going to California.
more people need to do it. But yeah, but I let you will travel to California
And
just
the
to
lines
do HHN.
and like you said, Ryan, the lines over there move so much faster and easier.
Mary said, I
Yeah.
definitely understand after going to Cali why you like it so
We
much.
didn't like the weather this time because the previous weathers have been amazing. This time, not so much,
Well, no, because 2 years ago it was hot too.
it wasn't as hot.
Not as hot, but it was hot. It was hot. You know. Do you recommend going on a Wednesday to HHN? Would I be able to do a lot with Express? Like
Without Express.
without Express, you mean over here? Here in Orlando? Today is Wednesday, right?
Yes. You gonna check the times?
No. Um, yeah, Orlando. I'm gonna check. So it's all depending. Obviously, the later on the season you go, the more people tend to go. Last year was kind of weird, where a lot of people came in September, and we got busier on September than October. This year is following the norm. The later you go, the busier it's gonna get. But our friend Aloha Jax, again, remember when he says that um, he goes to theme parks Wednesdays and Thursday. He happens to be there, and he posted 3 hours ago So at 6:45, and to answer your express question, it's not the express, it's the early entry. You need the early entry. So he does early entry at 6:45, today being a Wednesday. Um, he said five houses down: Insidious, Ghostbusters, Triplets, Major Suites, and Universal Monsters. So he already done half of it at 6:45. So that basically was about an hour, because they start opening houses I think at 5:30 for early entry. So an hour and 15 minutes, he already did five houses. And then 2 hours ago, he went to the show, and actually, he went back to the show for a second show about half an hour ago. So that should answer your question. According to Aloha Jax, I mean, he by now he probably would have been done. 5:15 the earliest. Okay, so an hour and 45 minutes he did five houses. So what's the wait time right now?
Right now, Triplets is at 35. Universal Monsters 45. Slaughter Cinema is at 75. Major Suites is at 60. Insidious is 70. Ghostbusters is at 60. And A Quiet Place is at 60. So everything's about an hour.
So average about 40 minutes when you
Yeah.
add it up. Altogether, average about 40,
Yeah.
45 minutes.
The lowest wait time right now is Triplets for whatever
Which is
reason.
not bad. But again, early entry, you saw he did five houses in an hour and 45 minutes. That gives you a way advantage. And then you just wait that whatever 40 minutes or so and break it down like that. So on a Wednesday, I don't think you need Express. I would just save the money. But if you feel the need and you find yourself on a pinch, they'll sell it that day, or wait until 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. when they cut it half price, and then go for it. Um, if you go to Hollywood, then yeah, definitely you need Express, because their lines are long, and their Express in Hollywood are nothing like ours.
No.
Their Express is a walk on, the way it should be. The only reason why we had to wait for an Express was because RIP groups were coming.
Yeah. Ryan was on the live when we were doing.
So yeah,
So he saw that we were holding because of
RIP. Yeah.
RIP, and then the VPs were there.
Now next year, my goal is to try to do a RIP on opening night
Oh, they're close to there.
for Hollywood. That's my goal. So we shall see.
Fingers crossed.
It's gonna be hard to get, and it's gonna be expensive too. Because I think I did the calculation, it was gonna be like 15, $1,600,
1700.
$1,700. I sent Karen a screenshot. So it will be $1,700 for the four of us. Now RIP is kind of like, yeah, we get that treatment, we get a food, we get some drinks, we get an extra scene
Yeah, in the
in the
Terratron.
terror tram.
I would like to do
We
that.
have multiple photo ops, at least on Hollywood. And if you're lucky enough to get the early one, then once you finish with your group, you could legit go back and go through the RIP line without your group. It's not like you gotta go express, because you have the RIP badge. So you literally go through the express and then show it, and they put you through the RIP line, and you're gonna skip everybody else in front. So it has it, but you have to do the
Has
early one.
perks.
You have to do that 5:30 or 6 o'clock one in order to be really taking advantage of that.
I don't know. It just feels like, especially in Hollywood, once you do everything on top and you hit the lower lot and then you come back up, you think about it a few times to
Yeah.
go back to the lower lot to
That's
get
why I
any of
do
the
it.
houses.
See, that's what I repeat it while I'm down there. I don't.
Like, if
Yeah.
you come back up, like, do I really want to go? Like, even Kalo wanted to do one that was downstairs. I think Insidious. One of the ones that was downstairs, and we looked at him and we were like, "Do you really want to do that?" He's like, "Yeah, no, not really. Like, I want to, but I don't want to go all the way down
Yeah.
there." So that's the only downfall. I think here it's easier to say, "Oh yeah, let's go to the other side of the park," than we have to go all the way down to the lower lot and come back up.
You're welcome, Ryan. I mean, we tried. I mean, we've done it. You know. Now, if you can again, if they do the premium night like they did this year, and it's something similar like to this year, then I would just jump on that one.
The premium night, yeah.
Just do the premium night
That's the best night to go.
here in Orlando and get it done and over with. Just go one night and you'll be able to do everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do it again.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna hike up the price, and more people are gonna come. So it won't be as slow as what we've experienced in the first year. This was bait. Like this was like them.
Yeah, but I don't know if they increase the price. It will be interesting how much they will increase it for in order to get that many more people. So, because remember,
they're gonna increase that at least like $25. You know what I mean? They're not gonna go crazy increasing it because it's still this year was expensive enough that hardly a lot of people did it. So they're gonna increase it.
People didn't do it for $350. If we do $425, now that it has been hyped up, are people really gonna do it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Mary said we got spoiled with premium night because the exact replica will never occur. Yeah.
They're gonna do it again. There's just not gonna be the same. Even if they keep the same price point, more people are gonna do it, and then maybe they actually do go to like bite size of everything instead of the whole meal. You know what I mean? Yeah. If they're gonna have everything.
All right, guys. So we're gonna basically stop now. Now, if nothing changes, Karen and I are planning to be at Horror Nights on Friday the 13th, doing a live stream. Hopefully. If nothing changes, but stay tuned for that. I just posted a video sometime tonight too. I'm still working on videos for California, and Saturday we're going out to record current videos of things that are happening. So stay tuned. But anyway, Friday night definitely, hopefully, we will be able to be at Horror Nights. So, but thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
Rest of the good week, right?
Yeah. Get some rest.
Take care, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.